Episode 5 of Lazarus Project Season 2 starts with us back at the Time Break Initiative in 2024. Janet is questioned over Operation Midnight, which, as we see from flashbacks to 2012, she and Ross are both briefed on by Wes. Janet is to find the research and destroy it, while Ross is to do the wet work. Best Dramas Part 2 and 4. The operation goes ahead, and Gray warns Janet that she can't stop what's about to happen. She pleads with her, but Janet pulls the trigger. Ross shows up and takes the research. On the way out, an explosion ensues, and Ross is caught in the crossfire. This is how he burned his arm. The pair make it outside and watch as the place burns down. We then cut to Dr. Gray's lab, 4 weeks before Operation Midnight. Janet shows up in the middle of her experiments and points out some details they need to modify, including the velocity. Janet leaves and awaits her call, and call she does. When they show up, Janet and Bryson pose as husband and wife. However, Janet is still conflicted over her killing Dr. Gray and whether she can go through with it again. The tight window means she's got 4 weeks to try and complete all this. Otherwise, Dr. Gray will be dead again. Gray knows that there's something up with Janet but isn't complaining, given the progress they've been making. Janet deflects and asks about her time travel aspirations. Hers is driven by someone called Charlotte Ware, a brilliant woman who she liked until she developed cancer. Dr. Gray wants to go back and save her. 2 weeks before Operation Midnight, Dr. Gray gives her speech about time travel. Wes catches up with her after the talk and tells her not to do any more speeches. She also claims that she's an interested party and gives a warning. Stop building the machine before someone gets hurt. Janet actually helps calm Gray down too, claiming that Wes is just a crackpot. After, Janet invites Gray to a night with the family. The pair form quite the bond, which makes her death that much harder to take. They do, however, confirm that the machine is a success. Word spreads fast, especially to Robin Lerner, the head of the Time Initiative, who happens to be working for Wes. As a result, Operation Midnight is moved up to that very night. This time we see things from a different perspective. Janet hides the instruction manual before heading through to try and find Becky. However, the Operation Midnight Janet shows up in the lab and is spooked when she finds out Dr. Gray knows exactly who she is. Confused by this, she speaks to Ross in the hallway and encourages him to take her in alive and find out what's happening. Ross heads into the lab and he shoots Dr. Gray in cold blood. Janet is pulled out with Ross, while the other Janet finds Bryson shot. A soldier in the distance shoots and kills our Janet. Meanwhile, the other Janet and Ross manage to get away, just as firemen arrive and pick up Becky, which coincides with her story which we learnt about last episode. With Dr. Gray dead, Robin decides not to call back Wes, and he takes the scientists away to the secret facility. With all of this confirmed, we then jump back once more to the 1st July 2012. We're officially 4 days until Operation Midnight, and Janet is there. She turns to Gray and tells her she has an idea. The episode review. Seeing how the 2012 timeline coincides with what's happening now is a nice touch, and specifically how Becky and Janet tie into all of this. The loops are starting to make a bit more sense now, although it is still very convoluted in the grand scene of things. However, the story is gripping, and it continues to deliver great drama right the way through. Quite what will happen next is anyone's guess, but thankfully we don't have to wait too long to find out.